What's up, everybody? So, today I'm going to be doing a top 10 of my favorite SpongeBob episodes. Now, I really like this show. And seasons 1 and 2, I couldn't really say that there was an episode that I didn't like. Until I thought about it, neither. Until I thought about it, season 3 was also in that ballpark. But season 4 opened with my least favorite episode. And well, we don't speak its name. But I don't really exactly like any of the episodes, but but except for a few I can name, I don't really I just said really twice. I don't really dislike any either. It's just kind of, I watch it because there's nothing else on. So, I had a hard time coming up with stuff for this list, but I'm doing it anyway. Anyway, let's get to number 10. Up first at number 10, we have Plankton Retires. Get rid of that. So, since this is number 10, it means that I feel the least about it. Also, the reason I'm just showing the title cards is because last time I did something kind of like this, it got copyrighted. So I'm just going to show the title cards so that this video can actually stay up. But anyhow, this episode, oh boy, I just don't feel anything about it either way. I mean, it sounds like a pretty cool idea, but once it's revealed that the characters we were following were just robots, kind of seems stupid. Also, spoilers. Cover your ears if you don't want to hear it. Go on, I'll give you a second. Alright, so now everyone who hates spoilers has their ears covered. The robots get destroyed during their ending montage. So, yeah, I don't really know what to say. It's number 10. Deal with it. Next up at number 9, I mean, we have SpongeBob's Place. God dang it. SpongeBob's Place. This I have a little more to say, but not very much. So, in this episode, well, it's kind of like Nickelodeon is actually acknowledging the criticism that SpongeBob is taking over. Except they don't say it outright, because why would they do that? They're Nickelodeon. But anyhow, as I was saying, Squidward basically tells Mr. Krabs that everyone comes to Krusty Krab just for SpongeBob. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? But after he sends SpongeBob home and tries to do the cooking himself, nothing goes right. SpongeBob gets bored, so starts to make some at home, and his house becomes the new Krusty Krab, or should I say SpongeBob's place. Only this time, it's not run by Mr. Krabs like it was in... Can't remember the name of that episode. But, until later on, that is. It's then when the place is shut down, not due to Blaze, who don't think... Yeah, I don't really know what the point of that episode was. But anyhow, I don't really have anything else to say about SpongeBob's place. So, let's move on. Number 8 is Big Pink Loser. Now, before getting into more about the episode itself, I would just like to point out that this episode actually has 2 different music for the title card here. There's this higher pitch one we know today, and then there's this lower pitch one. They edited it out because they thought it would scare some people. You can find it on YouTube. I'll even put a card. Right, and I never know if I'm pointing the right way, so bear with me. Right here. Anyway, so who doesn't know this episode? Not many, because it's from the Golden Age. So, after being delivered one of SpongeBob's trophies, Patrick thinks that he can do anything. And so, SpongeBob says he can copy him. You know where this is going. But first, let's just look at one of the most iconic moments in the show's history.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
And a meme was born. But anyhow, after that, we have the famous jar opening scene, the lid. And now you guys know where this is going. Patrick starts dressing up like SpongeBob and basically does everything he does because SpongeBob said he could copy him. But after Patrick wins an award for being, just himself, he decides to go back to his old lazy life. I don't know what else to say about this episode. It's got a meme, and that's really... Well, I talked about the meme, but... Number 7. Gary's new toy, which actually makes a cameo in the title card. If you've seen the episode, you know which one of these balls it is. Okay, let me rephrase that. If you've seen it, you know which one of these blue circles... Or... If you've seen the episode, you know where the new toy is in this title card. There, that works. So, after Gary chews up everything else in SpongeBob's house, surprisingly except the house itself. Seriously, it's a fruit. Why wouldn't he? That's just a nitpick. But they go to the pet store, find Patrick eating pet food, which is odd. They find a chew toy. I'm not gonna reveal what it actually is because that would reveal my previous statement about the toy being in the title card. So, after a while, it turns out that Gary actually likes the ball more than SpongeBob. Up to the point where SpongeBob actually leaves. And Gary doesn't notice a thing until it's actually time to eat. Which is when he starts to suspect that the ball... Dang it! That the toy isn't actually as good as SpongeBob. And this goes on until pretty much the end of the episode. So, that's all I have to say there. On to number 6. Number 6 is Hello Bikini Bottom. Because this episode is actually pretty good. For instance, it's a musical that actually is good. I'm looking at you, Truth or Square. Wrong movie. I'm looking at you, Lana Square Penis. That's also on the worst episode of the list. But not for the episode itself. If this was worst episodes, then I'd go into more detail. If this was worst episodes, this wouldn't even be on here, so... Anyway, back to business. Lots of songs in here. In fact, pretty much every song in here that, at least everyone that has words, which is like 2, are very good. Like the opening one. I like how this Colonel Copper guy just starts that one just because Squidward asked him a question. Like, who are you? And then just like, did you just ask me to answer your question in the only way I know how? Musical! But he does anyway. And they're almost everyone we see in this episode. joins in. And of course Mr. Krabs joins because he heard the word money. According to him, he has super attentive hearing when it comes to that word. Actual quote from the episode, people. But this is another episode that's in the ballpark of pizza delivery where Squidward at first doesn't like the idea of doing a certain activity with SpongeBob. But then, after things take a turn, he decides that what's the worst that could happen? And that's just how beautifully the ending song is done. The thing about how Colonel just responds to Mr. Krabs' statement like he was saying, how he just responds to it with a counter statement just is interesting. Stupid chair. I don't know you a nickel. No, you owe me 1,000,000 nickels. It just sounds... It's just pretty stupid. But speaking of those, to the earlier jokes where Mr. Krabs puts on a fake mustache and then Colonel's rage just blows it off. That's also a pretty good joke I like. Anyway, that's really all I have to say there. Oh. Anyhow, moving on. Next up is jellyfishing. First, I'd like to talk about how this show portrays jellyfish. Jellyfish in real life are these clearish, jelly-like stingray that you don't really want to see. In this show, they're basically the underwater equivalent of bees. They sting you, they produce this gooey substance that you can spread on stuff. That also sounded weird. But anyhow, the only difference is that we don't catch bees. Well, unless we want to harvest their honey. Which is something the show actually did. If this episode doesn't portray them as bees well enough, check out Jellyfish Hunter. But I've stalled long enough. In this episode, SpongeBob and Patrick start to go jellyfishing. Well, set out to go jellyfishing. Just trying to catch this one jellyfish they see, which is actually a pretty play sequence if you ask me. After the jellyfish flies away, Squidward comes out, and as he's riding off, a jellyfish makes him go off course and crash down into some kind of... It makes him crash. I know, this sounds like The Thing, but you could also say The Thing kind of sounds like this episode. However, unlike in The Thing, instead of Squidward being cemented so that he can't move, he's unable to move in another way. He's in a full body cast. So, SpongeBob and Patrick decided to throw him a welcome home party. But Squidward can't really do anything because he's in a full body cast. Fun fact about this scene: when they're welcoming Squidward, SpongeBob of course says, "Welcome home, Squidward." But the interesting thing is that Patrick says, "Merry Christmas," but that's not right. Because this is like season 1. The Christmas episode wasn't until season 2. So, what are they trying to say here? Are they saying they did know about Christmas before Christmas 2? Are they saying they didn't and only Patrick did? It's a weird little thing that you wouldn't really notice, but it's weird. So they try his clarinet soup, which leads to a pretty famous gag. And finally, they take him jellyfishing. And then they all... Actually, this is where that sequence I was talking about before came up. The actually pretty funny one, where they were chasing a jellyfish that... And then ended up with them getting stung by it. The one I was talking about before was actually a completely different sequence. But anyhow, Squidward then angers the queen jellyfish, or is it supposed to be king jellyfish? That's what we see in I'm Your Biggest Fanatic and the video game, Battle for Bikini Bottom. So, which makes Squidward's condition even worse. And then the episode ends with him laying out the jellyfish from yesterday. It chases SpongeBob and Patrick. The queen, I guess, comes back and stings Squidward out of his 2-ply doll in full body cast. And it ends with him just saying, "Ow." And then the episode ends. Alright, up next. Next up is another Jellyfish episode, Jellyfish Jam. Which is actually the name of the song they play in the episode, so that's pretty interesting. It starts out with SpongeBob catching and then milking a jellyfish like a cow, so now I don't get it. Are they bees or are they cows? I don't get it. But anyhow, then one starts to follow him home. Then he claims it as a pet. Where he shows off some tricks to Squidward. The Playdead gag was kind of over the top for me, but the one that I actually did like was the potty trained gag. Where Squidward's like, "I wouldn't let that thing in my house even if it was potty trained." Then we see the jellyfish using the toilet in the stereotypical way she'd see him sitting there reading a newspaper. And then Squidward's just like, I didn't need to see that. Even now that makes me laugh. So then they're dancing to the song playing in the episode, which I would play right now, if not for copyright. Copyright sucks. Then we get to another joke I like. Squidward's in bed, I think trying to sleep, and he's like, SpongeBob is the only guy I know who's gonna have fun with a jellyfish. Zooms out for some reason, and he's like, for 12 hours. Just the way he yells it, trying to make himself heard over the actual music. Sorry, I'm thinking of a later point in the episode. So then, when it's time to go to bed, and SpongeBob eventually forcibly takes him, he calls in some of his friends, who Gary can't stop because plot. Just gonna plot. The next day, SpongeBob sees that Jelly and his friends are having a party, which leads to another great gag. This episode is full of great gags, which is why it's this high up. And then back to Squidward. He once again yells the time, 18 hours. Then he decides to call over. SpongeBob, listen to me, you squarehead salt in my ears. I've had enough of this. To which the jellyfish squirts in his face. And for some reason, Squidward knows what he's squirting in his face. Strawberry. So then Gary, the original pet, makes a little tune, which turns into this big musical thing that leads all the jellyfish back to Jellyfish Fields where they belong. And the episode ends with Squidward trying to get rid of his jellyfish things, I think. Anyway, now we've gone through 7 of the 10 episodes. So these next 3 are probably going to be really good in my opinion. And are. Let's see them. At number 3 we have Pickles. Now this is a really funny episode. At the beginning, we see SpongeBob quickly making a Krabby Patty step by step. First the bun, then patty, then ketchup, mustard, extra onions, cheese, tomatoes, and bun, in that order. But once this fat sound named Bubble Bass comes in, and his patty is without pickles. I had to. SpongeBob completely forgets how to do it. And I don't even need the video to show you guys this, so I'm just gonna have the audio playing, cause how he forgets is just too funny to not show. I'd be remiss if I didn't.
Let's see.
bun down, then ketchup, then mustard, then pickles. No, that's not right. Bun down, mustard, then ketchup, lettuce, then the pickles. No, mustard down, bun, stop, down.
Okay, me just playing the audio with it being muted on my side. It's not gonna work because then I won't know when to stop. So, one second. We're gonna try to take 2 of this.
Okay, I am not gonna blow it this time. Let's see. Bun down, then ketchup, then mustard, then pickles. No, that's not right. Bun down, mustard, then ketchup, lettuce, then the pickles. No, mustard down, bun, stop, down. Ah, where's the patty go? Pickles, ketchup, wait. Oh, bang, I'm losing it. Bun down, shoe, mustard, pan, bun, no. Mr. Krabs, I am so confused.
That is probably my favorite part of the episode, all things considered. So then, SpongeBob goes home, and I can't do it justice. I just can't do it justice. Listen to it for yourself. I don't think I can describe this in any better way.
Which way do I live? Of course. No, was it bun, patty, bun? Let's see, tomato, pickle, bun, no shoe. I am so confused. Maybe a good night's sleep will help me get my head on straight. Oh, was it mattress, sheets, pillow, then SpongeBob? Or, think sponge. Oh yeah, it was mattress, SpongeBob, mattress, then sheets, pillow. Good night, Gary. Aw, this isn't right. Good night, Gary. Wait, this isn't right either. Nope. Negative. Come on, get it right. Wrong. Nope. No. Negatory. Yet. And I almost had it. Alarm clock. How do I turn this thing off? Think. Gary!
So yeah, as you heard, he literally can't do anything in his life correctly just because of this little mistake. I don't know how much better I could put it. And I would also be remiss if I didn't bring up he burnt my shake. So, after that scene, that hilarious scene, we cut back to the Krusty Krab in a meanwhile sort of thing, where Squidward is not very good at cooking. One guy says he burnt his Krabby Patty, a girl next to him says he burnt her fries, and then comes this one. This guy's slurping on a straw, and then after it comes out, he's just like, he burnt my shake. It's just too good a gag to not go untouched. Anyway, let's go to number 2. Naughty nautical neighbors. Try saying that 5 times fast. So in this episode, after Squidward gets ready to enjoy a souffle that he made, of course, SpongeBob and Patrick are bubble talking. That's right, they're blowing bubbles by saying something. And then when it pops, whatever was said comes out. So Squidward takes some of the filling from his souffle and makes his own speech bubbles, which eventually tears SpongeBob and Patrick apart. Then after Squidward chokes on his fork because he accidentally swallowed it, he was eating his souffle while he watched the Sponge and Star fight going down. Can't call it a cat fight because they're not chicks. And they're also not cats. But anyhow, Patrick saves them and the two become friends. The only thing is, Patrick is not the type of guy that would like some Squidward did. He falls asleep on the first the performance that Squidward plays, for crying out loud. First known like that. He's asleep snoring. While trying to drag Patrick back to his house, Squidward throws at his back, to which SpongeBob fixes. And then comes probably my favorite of the part. SpongeBob tries and fails to play the bass, and I can't do this part justice either.
Squidward!
Likes Patrick more than SpongeBob.
And Patrick is a dirty, stinky, rotten friend stealer! I can fix this.
As we get further on, there are just parts that can't... There are just parts of the episode that just can't be believed without actually hearing them. But there is another meme in this episode, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So after that, and Squidward literally kicks SpongeBob out of his house, he finds Patrick in his bathtub. And comes another one of my favorite lines, but this one you don't actually need to hear. It's like, my best friend, my ex-best friend, and then it zooms into these 3 toys that Patrick has in the bath. He's like, rubber bath toys. I don't know, but just the way, I think it's just the way he says it, but that part has always been funny to me. My best friend, and my ex-best friend, and rubber bath toys. So then Squidward decides the only way to get them away from him is to get them back to each other. Whatever. So he hosts a dairy party and invites both of them. In the book version of this episode, there was this Krabby Patty thing where they both took one, but I've never seen it in the episode. I don't know if it was like a deleted scene or something, but next comes the little soda scene where the meme is. SpongeBob keeps taking all the soda, and then they keep both asking for more. And here's where the meme is. Let's play it.
Squidward!
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 Hey, Squidward!
Squidward!
Squidward! Hey, Squidward!
Patrick, your glass is full.
Oh, yeah.
Squidward!
Hey, Squidward!
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 Hey, Squidward! Hey, Squidward! Squidward! Hey, Squidward! Squidward! Squidward!
So that continues on until Squidward's out of the soda. So he goes out to get more, leaving the two to get along. Which, after a little word from SpongeBob, they do. Unfortunately, the bubbles from their laughing just fills up the whole house until it finally just explodes, and Squidward's just like, I should just walk away right now. But he opens the door anyway. And SpongeBob and Patrick are friends again. And to finish off the episode, the door that was somehow not broken falls on Squidward. And we use line. So now... Okay, so I just have 2 honorable mentions that I don't really like or dislike, but I just have 2 little fun facts about them. And from the format, you can see that they're from different seasons. Anyway, let's get into it. First, we have Train Trouble. Now, this one's pretty interesting because the title card doesn't usually do anything. It just introduces the episode and not much else. Sure, at certain times, stuff in it or around it moves, like in SB129, it actually moves about. Or in pre-hibernation week, where the background is moving. But never till now has the title card actually talked. These 4 little things in the little circle here actually talk and pretty much narrate the whole story. Anyhow, the other honorable mention is Shanghai. Now, a lot of you new viewers may not know this. This is why this is an honorable mention. Because a lot of people do not know this. Heck, I didn't know it before I was enlightened by some other YouTubers. This episode wasn't always with Gary Takes a Bath. In fact, this episode was very different before Gary Takes a Bath even aired. Nowadays, we just see Patchy the pirate just says we're gonna watch this episode called Shanghai and gets further out of a cannon. It's like rolling a cartoon, and then the episode just appears at the end like time to open fan letters. But when the episode first aired, oh boy, were things completely different. First off, the narrator played a bigger role than just reading out the time card. Kind of like the role he played in Snail Mail, where he was kind of narrating the story. But this time, actually, I think I pretty much said it. He was pretty much telling the audience about something that's gonna happen in this particular episode. In the original, he wasn't like, "Welcome to Betty's Pick." In the original, it was much different. You probably won't believe it till you hear it, so...
Ahoy, kids. It's time for SpongeBob's You Wish Spectacular Special! And now, the host of You Wish. He's got puffier pantaloons than Captain Kidd and fuzzier facial hair than Blackbeard. He's America's favorite pirate, Patchy of Encino!
Well, wait. Something's wrong. Here, I'll fix it. Just gotta carefully... Whatever. So, yeah. That was completely different. So, yeah, enough while gagging around. For me, this video has already been as long as it is. Let's get to number 1. Number 1, Sailor Mouth. I'm just tired of this video right now. But something you notice looking at the title card seems to be something about knots. That is not what you would expect to see on this title card. Anyhow. So in this episode, when SpongeBob takes out the trash, he sees some stuff on the dumpster. When He reads one, confuses him. Patrick says it's a sentence enhancer. Then after this, and since I can't show the video, you'll have to see the episode for this one part that I like. Mr. Krabs tells them that it's a bad word. Blah, blah, blah. Eels and escalators. Ran back to the Krusty Krab to tell Mr. Krabs. It leads to Mr. Krabs using all the words in his arsenal. Like a sailor.
From top to bottom. Wow! Oh, my foot! What? Genius, what a rocket of bath! Can't you see I got a foot here? Oh! No, hold on. With the sight of that I ain't been helping a boatload of grabbing